All right, part two here. We talked a lot about Mendel, his works with genetics. Today we're going to get into what do we actually find about genetics and how different traits are inherited. We're going to have a variety of ways that they're inherited. For this unit, one idea kind of builds on the other, and so you need to make sure that you have today's down before you go on to the next one. And it's also a unit that's going to require a lot of practice. All of our Other than our lab, all of our assignments in this unit you can complete as many times as you want to. Make sure you practice a lot, get 100% on those things with our Punnett squares and all of that fun. So with Mendel here, all right, what did he find? He found that some traits are dominant over others. Okay, and it doesn't have to be a stronger trait. It's not like a more successful trait. It is essentially random that some traits are going to show while others are going to be hidden. All right, so he found if he took all tall genes and mixed them with all short genes, every single offspring was tall. All right, it wasn't 50-50. Every single offspring was tall. So the tall trait is the dominant trait, and the short trait is recessive. So what he discovered in that process is that each trait is controlled by two alleles, is what we call them. We represent those with letters today. You'll see that throughout your assignments this week. Usually we indicate a dominant trait by a capital letter and a recessive trait by a lowercase letter. And those two factors, which one you have, determine what traits you have. Okay, so your alleles are going to determine what traits are present. All right, here's a good video that kind of looks at that. I would suggest watching that in the notes for the day. And I can't skip over some of this stuff. Yeah, a couple more vocab terms here. So what tools are going to be useful for us is you have these genes, you have these different factors. However, how are we going to represent them? Like I said, we're going to represent them with letters. Is that the dominant trait we'll establish ahead of time is that capital letter, and then the recessive trait has that lowercase letter. Okay, so these two tall T's would be two genes for the tall trait. The two lowercase t's would be two genes for the recessive trait, and then this hybrid is one of each there. All right, so that's his genotype. A phenotype is a physical expression of the trait. So what it looks like. So not what genes you have, but is it tall or short? Is it purple or yellow? Do you have blue eyes or green eyes? All right. So the genotype are, okay, what genes do you have? Phenotype is what does it look like as a result? And then the last two are two good words, ones that you're going to need to know, homozygous and heterozygous. That prefix homo means same. So that means both alleles are the same. So it means your alleles are the same. Hetero means different. So heterozygous means different alleles there. So some terms for you. We're going to be testing out those how those Punnett squares work with random chance in your penny simulator lab. And then we're going to stop there. Short day. Don't worry about it. Lots shorter days in this unit.